Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm doing a challenge where I draw cats until I reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you love cats, drawing, or just want to follow along with my progress, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. For today's drawing, I thought I'd capture something every cat owner can relate to, those mischievous moments when cats just can't resist causing a little chaos. I decided to draw a Burmese cat knocking over a glass of water. Burmese cats are so sleek and elegant, but they also have that playful streak, and I think showing it mid-mischief makes the drawing more fun and full of personality. I'm working in my Grumbacher Mixed Media Sketchbook. I really like this paper because it has a nice thickness that holds marker ink well, but it also has just enough tooth to grab onto color pencils. To begin, I sketch with my trusty Bic 2B mechanical pencil. I always start light with gentle strokes. This way I can build up the form gradually without locking myself into any lines too early. Once I feel more confident about the shapes, especially around the cat's head and the curve of the body, I go back in to define the lines more clearly. For this piece, I'm using a contour style, which means I'm really focusing on the outlines. That's because I know I want to use a fineliner to finish the line work, so I'm keeping my sketch fairly clean and simple. When I'm happy with the sketch, I switch over to my Copic Fineliner in the 0.3mm size. I take my time with this step, especially around the face. The eyes and whiskers can carry so much of the cat's personality, so I really want those lines to be smooth and confident. And once everything's outlined, I let the ink completely dry. This is so important because if I try to erase too soon, the liner will smudge and ruin the drawing. After it's dry, I carefully erase all the pencil marks underneath. You definitely want to remove every bit of pencil before moving on, because leaving graphite on the paper can mix with the markers and create smudges. Now for the coloring. I start with my Copic marker in E29 Burnt Umber. I use this shade to block in the darkest areas of the cat's fur. Burmese cats often have those rich, warm brown tones, so this helps set the foundation. Next, I bring in my Copic marker E71 Champagne for the midtones. To finish filling the fur, I use E33 Sand for the lighter areas, and also layer it over the champagne to warm it up and blend the transition a little better. For the eyes, I use Yellow-Green 61 Pale Moss. Now for the glass of water. I use B14 Light Blue to color the water. To ground the glass on the table, I add a shadow with C3 Cool Gray number 3. This helps the scene feel more realistic and gives context to the cat's mischief. Sometimes when I lay down the first coat, it can look a little streaky, so I go over it again with E33 Sand to even it out and give the fur a little more solid, unified look. Once the markers are done, I move on to colored pencils to bring in some extra depth. I use chocolate Prismacolor pencil to gently lay over the cat's fur, unifying the tones and adding more richness to the coat. For the water, I grab True Blue to add more dimension and deepen the areas away from the highlights. Then with a white Prismacolor pencil, I add those crisp highlights to the glass itself. This is what really makes it look reflective and transparent like actual glass. And just like that, the drawing comes together. The mischievous Burmese cat paw raised, tipping the glass, and the splash of water about to happen. I think it captures that playful, chaotic energy that makes cats so lovable, even when they're making a mess. Thank you so much for joining me today for my drawing. Remember, this is part of my challenge to keep drawing cats until I reach 10,000 subscribers. If you enjoyed watching, please like this video. Leave me a comment telling me what kind of cat you'd like to see next. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along as we build this collection together. That's it for today. See you in the next one.